Hey guys, welcome back to Kings of Teventor with Eyes of the Beholder. Tonight you're in for a treat. We're doing a special episode outside of our regular, schedule. Just proud tonight. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the secret episode. All right. So where we last left off with Proud and Lucrezia, you had just received a message from your mother telling you to come home immediately. And you took off with Lucrezia, flying straight to Notting Thicket, capital of Houdal.
Yes.
As you land and outside the city walls and you start to make your way in, roll a perception for me.
$27.
Okay. You start making your way through the city. You know, this is your hometown. This is the city where you're from. These are your people. But instead of calling out and wishing you well and, normal conversation that you would have had, people almost seem angry and shut off towards you. Several of them, kind of like murmur underneath their breath and kind of just look at you angrily. You just not near the celebration that you would expect.
Are there... I'm pretty... I frequent the town a lot. Is there anybody that I see or I know out and about right now that...
Roll a perception.
It's not as good. It's pretty good though. 20... 24?
Okay. That's good. So, as you kind of come into the main square area, you see Pauline, the baker of the meat pies that are so, she's famous for them. She's outside her shop cleaning up.
I'm just going to follow me for a second, Kenim. Something seems off. The air in the city. This is not the typical reception I'm used to. Something is going on. And so I'm going to kind of approach Pauline cautiously. Pauline, I'm sorry to bother you.
Oh, yes. Hello, Your Majesty. And she does her little curtsy.
The air in the city seems tense today. I've been away for a while. Is something going on?
She looks down at her apron, twisted. Roll a persuasion.
19.
It's resentful, Your Majesty. It's just that times are hard for people, and and not that we're not excited for you and your lovely bride, but the taxes have put a strain on everyone.
How has there been a change? Have they been increased?
Why, yes, Your Majesty, to pay for your wedding.
Thank you, Paulina. I appreciate this information, and I will see what I can do about it. I was unaware.
I didn't mean any disrespect or...
No, not of course not, and I take none from it. I would not dream of taking your hard-earned money to spend on a frivolous wedding. I am sorry for this. I will try to make it right.
Very well, Your Majesty. Roll a persuasion again.
Ooh, 23.
Pauline. Okay, cool. Well, very well, Your Majesty. But I do admit I'm much looking forward to the day.
As am I, but I would not have it at your expense, or nor any of my people's. But thank you. And thank you for your information. I was going to reach out and squeeze her shoulder.
Oh, you're very welcome, Your Majesty.
Lucrezia, when we have time, we will come back. She makes the best meat pies in all of Woodville.
Your Majesty. Did you hear that, Carl? The best.
I'll take Lucrezia by the hand and begin making our way to the castle.
Okay.
I have a feeling, Connor, that this is probably Carrington's doing.
I would think so, yes.
What better way to strengthen his position than to
Make
me look bad in front of
unpopular
in front of my people, who usually show me the most support.
So you make your way to the castle. You go in. You find your way to your mother. She's in her formal receiving room. As you walk in, you can tell her she's very normally pristine. It's hard to read her emotions. She's very, just stoic all the time. You can easily tell that she's had a stressful couple of days. Lines in her feet, her hair's not perfectly coiffed. She is stressed.
Hello, Mother.
Sorry. Proud. I think she goes and she embraces you.
Okay.
Thank the gods you're here. So, when we first came back, the news of your exports with helping the Friends and, with trade and the stopping of the war had spread. People were excited. They were overjoyed. People were lining in the streets outside the temple for your wedding. It's weeks to come. People were going to close their doors. Things were unheard of. So your father got word of this, and with Carrington in his ear, decided that you were too popular, and has set to taxing the people to recruit a standing army. And not the standing army or gods that we have now, but his own personal. You understand?
Oh, I believe that I do, Mother, yes. I believe that Carrington has been in Father's ear, poisoning him against me for some time now. I had no aspirations for this throne. I did not desire it. I would bear it because that is what is best for our country when the time came. But because of Father's reckless actions and his inability to lead our country, I feel that those times are coming closer and closer at hand.
I'm not through, my dear. Once I got back to the castle, and after meeting your lovely bride, hello, dear, she reaches out and squeezes Lucrezia's hand, I realized that the ceremony and the dress that I had ordered did not suit my future daughter-in-law, so I ordered another one. And of course, we're in a rush, so I ordered more seamstresses. And this should not be a problem. But I was personally accosted by Carrington, saying how we could not afford these things. But yet, the proclamation that is going out for the tax says it's for your wedding.
When really is to hire a standing army to suppress me.
But surely even with that, we could afford this?
Of course we could. We've recently acquired 3 new mines from Firenze to mine all of these jewels and gems that Carrington so desperately needed and wanted.
But look around. And roll a perception real quick.
22.
So as she steps back and she points out, she says, look around. You notice that, like, her fainting couch, even though it's a very good piece of furniture, it's been well cared for, that it's actually starting to wear and is frayed.
Where is all of our money going?
The wood that used to have a varnish on it and used to gleam is starting to look dull. The wool carpets that used to be full and vibrant are now being worn thin. I don't know. I requested access, and me and your father are not on the best terms right now.
I believe that it is time for Carrington to be removed from power.
If I may. Acting now, when your popularity is down, when your wedding popularity is down, may not be the best.
No, I understand, Mother, but...
That was Lucrezia.
Oh, I'm sorry. No,
My fault.
I'm sorry. No, you're correct, Lucrezia. I mean, I understand, but... if we remove him from power, we can return the money that he has stolen from the people, return that to them.
If you remove him from power and start a war with your father, you could risk a civil war here, much as Cisneros faces in Erin.
That's true. By the way, Mother, completely unrelated to the entirely over the top problems we have.
Yes.
We did not invite Kirkpatrick nor Mossy.
Oh, yes. I overlooked detail. I received your bird. They are being invited.
All right, good. Because Kirkpatrick has given me an entire army to command of gnomes.
Oh.
Magically powered gnomes.
Oh. Well, that is very good.
Not to mention, I am fairly certain what army we have here in Udell would also stand with me,
Yes, of
should I
course.
were to call them. I'm sure Father and Carrington's mercenaries are well trained, but
Well, they haven't recruited them yet. I don't know if there is a man in Woodell who would stand against you.
I feel it might be time for them to step down. Both of them.
Garcia stands up. Do you have coin? Your own coin?
Do I have my own coin?
You probably would have a small inheritance. Excuse me?
I
My
mean,
mother fronted.
of course I do, Callum. Do you have something in mind?
What if, let's say, you make a donation in celebration of your wedding to, I don't know, an orphanage or school or something in need? Because this is in character of you, yes?
Of course, yes.
So it would help drive that
I am
That-
not the one.
proud blesses the people and that your father
Taxes them.
taxes the people. Yes. And then, what if? Because I am sure that my heritage is not very popular either. What if I contact Mars and I ask him to make some sort of a donation?
He's dead, but we could
Oh
probably
no,
get Finley.
I'm sorry, Finley.
We could probably get Finley, yes.
I wish Mars. I contact Finley and ask him to make some sort of a large donation. Also, for silence, I don't know, something. Public, big, it could be art, a museum, same thing. And then, again, showing the relations between Firenze and Mudel.
Which I believe we have definitely strengthened in just the last few weeks, for sure.
This will make it much more public.
I believe that is a great idea, Callum.
And then, what if you invite, I know you're inviting the gnomes and the pixies and everything, but you need to invite normal people, like a tutor who meant much to you, or a favorite nursemaid, or a servant at the castle, people who mean things of you. And these people should be set on display at the wedding.
I think that would be great. One of the first people that comes to mind is a man I left in charge at the fronts when I left, who was in charge of maintaining peace. You actually met him, Paul.
Oh yes, Paul would be great.
I
Or
think we should bring
that
him.
the lovely the pie lady, Polly.
Yes, Paulina. We should bring her as well.
Or I mean, I know this seems advantageous, but if Proud was being married, these were the first people you would call. Not Prince Proud. But you as a man, this would work, yes?
I believe so, yes, of course.
And I think that we need to get busy being seen.
I agree.
You are a prince of the people. But I feel like you need to win them back before you overset your father.
You are correct. I think the gods made a great pairing when they put us together, Callum. You are a wonderful balance to my hot-headedness.
Well, I don't know. I do believe that your father, or at least Garrington, should not be on the throne.
I agree.
But I don't want a civil war.
No, my people would suffer more from that, but I fear without your counsel I might rush headlong in and attempt to overthrow them both for the good of my people and possibly do more harm to them in the process. Not meaning to, but for wanting to do good for them. So thank you.
You're
Mother, is there a way that we can put some of my money to use, like Lucrezia said? Is there a place where I can make some donations that would help the people? Is there something you know of right now where they are needing or where they are hurting?
Well, there is. Sorry, I gotta talk to your mom. Well, there's always places that need help. There is the orphanage. There is my sister's house, the place for the abused, beaten women. The arts are always asking for money. Whichever you prefer.
Let's put 20% of my personal funds towards the orphanage, 20% of my funds towards the house for abused women, and then let's take the other 60%. The arts can wait for now, and let's take the other 60%. I know it won't be much when dispersed, but let's create something, some sort of fund for the people in need, something that helps feed them, clothe them, whatever it is. Let's create some sort of fund for those people in need where they can come and get something.
This is a brilliant idea, Proud.
That way it goes directly to the people who are being stolen from by my father and Carrington. I don't have enough to give back to all of them, but at least perhaps the neediest of those I can help.
Very well. I will get on this. You make the donations yourself? Yes, at the orphanage and the house?
Yes, of course.
I would also suggest, since I cannot, maybe looking at our coffers. See what, I mean, I knew that we were low, but surely I should be able to afford a dress.
You would think, Mother. Yes, let's, we should look into that. And I will. So, I will go see Reginald, our little treasurer. I'll get my money. We will go, the credits and I will go donate to the orphanage. We'll go to the Center for the Abused Women. And before we do that, we'll speak with Reginald. Well, you get the rest of the funds or the infrastructure set up for distributing the funds to those in need.
So you have roughly about 10,000 gold.
Okay.
Which is not a huge sum, but so we're gonna do 2,000 to
2,000, and then 6,000 to give out to the people. It's not a lot, but
But
it's.
I mean, it's still gonna give them something. So, okay, perfect. We're gonna go see Reginald.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lucrezia.
Yes.
Now might be a good time to look deeper.
Into Reginald?
Just in case.
Okay.
probably from here on out, if we deal with Reginald Carrington, my father, anyone we might encounter that might be involved with the whatever's going on here. Any insight or anything that you could glean from them if you become suspicious of them.
Very well, I shall. Your mother comes up. She hugs you really tight. Thank the gods you're home. Man, I can't go between. Thank the gods you're home. She pulls back, kind of puts her hands on your cheeks. Udell just might be saved. If it's any consequence, the other day I saw several of the godsmen bringing in chests of gold from the taxes already collected in the thicket. So that should be reflected.
I will look into that. Thank you.
She goes to leave. You make your way down to go see Reggie.
Yep.
So as you go through, make your way kind of down to one of the bottom levels of the castle. You come up to a little man who you've seen before. Big, thick glasses, balding hair, little wisps of white hair coming out. He looks up at you. Oh, hello. Hello, Your Majesty.
Reginald, it's good to see you again.
Oh, hello. Oh, well, hello.
May I introduce my bride-to-be, my betrothed, Lucrezia.
It is a pleasure. Pleasure indeed. Hello, my future queen. How may I help you both today?
Well, as you know, we are getting married very shortly, and
Joyous occasion.
it is. We are very excited. My mother's ordering some new dresses. There were some questions about how much it was going to cost, how much money we had. I was told that we had just received some new taxes in that should hopefully help pay for the wedding. I wanted to come and kind of get a tally on where we were at and see exactly how extravagant we were going to get to be, Reggie.
Roll of persuasion.
23.
What is your deal there?
I don't know. Things are going well, though.
Well, Your Majesty, I know you've been away for some time. But you see, how to word this? There is no money.
But Reginald, we have been taxing the people like...
And I don't know if your mother is spending or what. Carrington comes down and says, but as soon as the money comes in, it goes out. You're welcome to look.
Please, yes.
And he pulls out like this big, huge stack of a book. And look at the books, but
Sure. Lucrezia, help me with looking through this. Let's see if we can find any trace of what is going on here.
As you start looking through the books, you see right now what's in the actual coffers is only a couple hundred gold. The expenses that are being written on there, they're talking about dresses, reupholstery, refurbing the castle, a trousseau, all of these things that your mother said she needed money for.
Reginald, I need this book.
Oh, of course, Your Majesty.
Thank you. I'm going to take the ledger with me, and there is something going on here. I will look into it. I'll find where our money is going, Reginald. Hopefully it'll be coming back to you very soon.
Oh. Well, whatever I can do to help.
Thank you for your assistance.
It is a pleasure, and a most pleasure. As he back to Lucrezia.
Where's my personal money?
It's kept in a separate account.
Okay. Do I need to get it from him now?
I mean, if you want to, we can just assume that.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and get that. And
okay.
We'll go make our donations first.
Okay.
So we'll go make our way to the orphanage first.
Okay. So, I mean, are we doing this up in grand style? Like getting on the back of your horse?
Yeah,
and
of course.
All of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You make your way through. Oh, which, by the way, I got not a whole lot from the little man. He's very happy to see you. Very happy to see me. But I think he lives a very boring life down here.
Well, that's good. That means that the money is being taken for whatever it says in these books and then diverted elsewhere. So it is not...
I do not think it is Reginald.
Yeah, I don't think it starts there.
So you get on the back of your horses, you go through town. A few people kind of come out, wave. Again, not the pageantry that you're used to in town. You make your way to the orphanage. A woman comes out. She's wearing a black dress, very tight up bun, severe face. Yes, can I help you, Your Majesty?
I don't think there's anything you can do for me, madam, but I'm hoping there's something I can do for you. I understand that here recently you have been, or at least the town has been being taxed to the brink. Has that affected your situation here and your children?
Yes, of course. It's not the voice I wanted for. Anytime you put pressures on everyone else, we tend to have more children showing up on our doorstep. But I understand that a prince only gets married once in his life. Or so we hope.
As do I. But I know it is not much. But these taxes are not for my wedding, and I do not know what they are for. But I want to make things easier for you. So I've brought you what I can from my own personal stash. And I will hand her 2,000 gold.
Oh, Your Majesty, I roll a persuasion with advantage. Not that you probably need it.
24. I know it's not much. I wish I could do more, but currently this is the best I can do. Hopefully soon I'll be in a position to help better.
This is far generous. I don't know what to say. Also, Madam, Lucrezia is going to come in. Do your children have a choir or something that they do to perform? Which the lady's going to go forward and say that they do. With your permission, my prince.
Of course.
could we have this choir perform maybe at the wedding or at the reception?
That would be amazing.
And of course, we will compensate for such a wonderful gift.
Yes.
So if you're agreeing on that.
Of course, yes.
The mistress of Sarah's her name, by the way. Overjoyed. Why? Yes, I of course I will get the children working on something right away. Your Majesty, I hope you forgive me for saying this, but I'm sorry there was ever any doubt.
It's okay. When things get hard and things get rough, everyone wants someone to put that blame on. And when someone's telling you who that person is, it's hard not to follow that. I will make this right for all of you. I promise you. Just like I always have.
Thank you, Your Majesty. So she scurries in with her 2,000 gold. Make your way to my sister's house.
Sure. As we're riding, I'll start to talk to Lucrezia as we go. It makes me so angry. I could kill Carrington right now. Not for me, but for what he's doing to these people, what he's putting them through. It's not right. It is unfair. They're good, honest, hard-working people. I'm mad at myself for not taking him out of power sooner. I've known for a while that he is a snake in the grass, but I've been too permissive, I guess, because my father has been king, and I just assumed that that's the way it was and that I had to go along with it because he's the king, I'm the prince, and this is his advisor, and what they say goes, but I should have done something long ago. I've had the power for years now. Should I have wanted, I could have easily swept them out of power, taken the rule.
But that does not who you are.
No, but my people would probably have been better off.
You're taking steps now. And besides, do you have anything other than the ledger, which Carrington is not a stupid man. I worry that he will find a way around that. Do you have, I don't know, does he have a mistress? Does he have a secretary that maybe he does not like? Is there something or someone you could... More dirt you have, the better.
I might be able to employ the help of a couple of people to find some dirt on him. I had originally was going to send them off on another errand, but I haven't quite sent them yet. Well, you've met them, Connor and Liam. They are, for all their boisterousness, they are quite good at espionage.
I see.
So we will send them a raven, have them look into our friend Carrington, see what they can find. If there's anyone close to him that is unhappy with him, that is maybe...
He is not a pleasant man.
I'm sure they can find someone that will be willing to talk to us, and probably in a very short amount of time.
I think that will be good.
In probably a day or two, they would have our answers we need.
So you make your way to the orphanage. Not orphanage, sorry, my sister's house. As you come up to this house, it's not very big. It's looking a little worn down. A lady comes out. She's obviously been working, scrubbing, cleaning something very hard. Her apron is dirty. Her sleeves are pushed up. Her hair is kind of messy. Why, hello, Your Majesty. What do we owe this great pleasure?
Well, as I have spent most of my time, I seem to be going around and cleaning up after my father. I understand that you too have been affected by my father's ridiculous taxation under claims it was for my marriage.
Are you saying it wasn't?
I am.
We all know the tale. You go in, you get infatuated with your pretty Ferenzian bride. Which I don't blame you, she's gorgeous. But, a fairy tale is very expensive.
I will not deny that I am most infatuated with my soon-to-be Ferenzian bride, but it has nothing to do with our wedding that these coins be taken from your very noble house. And as such, I have brought you, unfortunately, a modest recompense, the most I could muster from my own personal coffers, to at least try to hold you over in this storm until I can do better and make it right. I'll present her with 2,000 gold coins.
Roll a persuasion with advantage.
17 plus 5, 23. I'm rolling great tonight.
You really are.
Even without advantage, that would have still been like a 16.
It's ridiculous. She takes the gold. Well, it's not very often you catch me speechless here, but I don't know what to say.
It's all right.
You know, we've been eating scraps, putting together meal and water to try to make cakes. There hasn't been a whole meat on our table for days. I hope you know what this means to us, Your Majesty.
I'm so sorry. I promise you, I will make this right. I'm sorry I can't do more now. But I will do what I can.
If I may, my prince.
As always, yes.
Madam, we are looking, she's going to explain how they're having to redo a whole new wedding dress and trousseau and all of that. And they're looking for seamstresses. And if any of the women are skilled with the needle, that
we would need help tremendously, and we would be happy to compensate you for your work as well on top of that.
Well, Your Majesty, it would be an honor.
It would
And
be
the
our
women
honor.
to have something to do, to contribute. That's more hope than they've had in a long time. So she promises to send several women to the castle to help with sewing together all this stuff that needs to be.
Thank you. Yet again, I'm sorry.
I think this will all sort itself out.
I hope so.
All right.
Well, Gunham, I feel like we've done a few good deeds here.
Hmm.
We should take the rest of this coin to my mother, have her set up the fund, show her this ledger. We'll have that raven sent to Liam and Connor, have them do some digging.
And I will write Finley. And maybe by the time we are wed, you will be the king of the people?
Maybe, perhaps.
Or at least, Carrington will be on his way out.
Let us hope that is the case. So, where to?
And with that, we're gonna call it tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Kinda need the other cash for the other stuff.
Oh, man.
Sorry. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Little teaser of everything that's going behind the scenes with Proud.
Holy crap. Are you sure you want to... Nothing. We can stop here, I guess, tonight if you want. We have 22 viewers.
Oh. Well, maybe I'll just take a break.
Sure.
If you want to keep playing. Okay, give me 15 minutes, guys. We'll be back.
Okay.
Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for waiting on us. All right, so after running around doing all your stuff, you get back to the castle, give your mother the rest of the money. She's going to spend that money on basically making like care packages that they're gonna be gifted out to people in need, with, of course, with a letter saying that it's from you in celebration of your wedding. You send out the Raven to Liam and Connor to have them start telling Carrington, see if you can find any dirt on him. Lucrezia sends out the Raven to Finley, asking for them to go ahead and make their way into town, to provide a sizable donation, live it up, all that stuff.
Right.
What did you want to do from here?
So after I've done all those things, well, there should be some books, hopefully, for us in my chambers for us to research kind of some of the things that we are up against.
Oh.
I sent for servants to pull anything that they could find regarding these stone eggs we've been finding, green men, the hollow, how to seal or banish it, magical rune translations like the ones on this sword we found, unicorns, the prophecy that we are involved in and how to fulfill it, but
So basically everything.
But Kirkpatrick kind of already filled me in on that one.
Oh.
So, but I would love to have your help researching some of these other topics.
Okay. Whatever you need.
And I'll lead her to my room.
Should we do this somewhere more proper? I do not want to offend anyone or their devilish sensibilities.
Are we attracting a lot of notice?
Full perception.
19.
There's a few people who've made a couple side eyes.
I think some of these things I don't want necessarily everyone to see what we're looking at.
Oh, I see.
At least not yet. I don't know. Don't know yet who all we can trust. So, plus I don't know all what we have yet to look through, so just take inventory of what we've got.
I see.
So, plus isn't it customary to like show your room off to your...
I don't know.
I don't
know what is customary in Woodell.
Oh yeah, no, this is probably not customary in Woodell. I just meant for betrothed. I don't really know how to act in this situation. You know what, we're just gonna go to my room and we'll let the gossipers talk. Let us go study.
Very well. So you make your way to your room. You open the door. And inside, like your desk, your end tables, everywhere is laden with books. Kind of on what would be like the coffee table in your little sitting area, there is a note written by the librarian explaining that this is everything that he could find on the subjects that you requested. He does know that there are more ancient tomes, but the Atheniite temple would not loan them. So, but this is everything that he could get his hands on.
Well, I think this is a good start. Looking around, I don't know if I've ever seen this many books in my room ever.
This is a lot to go through.
It is. Well, uh, you take the half on the left, and I'll take the half on the right, and let me know if you find anything interesting, I guess.
Very well. So, you're rolling an investigation?
Yes. I'm gonna add some points to mine though, because I want to find something.
Okay.
So I want to add some points and make that a 30.
Oh my god. All right. So over the next couple days, you spend in here going over the books. Lucrezia is not a really good study partner. She's usually too busy flirting or distracting. But even with all of that, you're able to discover a lot of information about certain things. You learn, are able to surmise, that the Hollow is one of 7 brothers and sisters. These are the children created from the original god of Teventor.
Okay.
They are each is to represent, or each has turned into like basically a mortal sin, so like the 7 deadly sins. That's what we're kind of playing off of here.
Okay.
And that if they are all awoken at the same time, they are basically unstoppable. Less amount of them, weaker they are. That these 7 basically demigods reside in, are imprisoned in these stone eggs that are found throughout Teventor. Each one, there is a specific way to open and a specific way to kill each one. Basically, there's a lot. Let's kill. Freaking 30.
Okay.
It also refers in this book that you're reading that there is another tome that has the location of these 7. However, from what you do not have that tome.
Okay. Cool. Probably in the library that wouldn't let me have it in the Golden City.
That's what I would assume.
Okay.
Okay. Prophecy wise, you learn that because basically they're able to resurface because of there's no magic on the land, and you don't need to bring magic back or heal the lands for magic to return. They are, it speaks of the prophecy, that you've heard of before. However, instead of just the kingdoms uniting or the people uniting, it speaks of the meldings of hearts.
Basically what Kirkpatrick told me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Freaking 30. Going back to the hollow.
Mm-hmm.
While there is a way, to kill each one or whatever while it's in the egg,
Mm-hmm.
once it's awoken, usually a great sacrifice is required. It also speaks in the prophecy that a sacrifice will be needed from the individuals as well. But it doesn't speak to what kind of sacrifice or anything like that.
Okay.
Green men. It speaks of green men that they are the original. They're the ones who brought magic to the land.
Okay.
They're beings basically made of magic. Roll an investigation specifically for this one.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Burn some more points.
Oh, Lord.
And we'll make that one a 30 also.
It starts to give a description of what the green men look like.
Ooh.
Which sounds very familiar to you. They're tieflings.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
It speaks that the green men went underground after, magic was taken from the land or was used in such a horrific way. They took their magic, they went underground, and they were sealed with the Adela trees, these gateways to go to the green men. But you remember where those trees are from, right? Okay.
They're by the lights, and they're by the most holy place in Firenze.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What else? It's on there, on your list.
On my list, green men, prophecy, hollow,
Mm-hmm.
green stone eggs, of course.
Mm-hmm.
We got magical rune translation and unicorns.
The magical runes, there's very little talking about that. They do talk about, when they're talking about there's a specific way to open and a specific way to close, that it's been sealed with an ancient magic and dwarven nature, which of course you know. It does say that there is a way to translate this in other tomes that you do not have.
Okay. Does it tell me what my sword that I have currently is other than just stab this one, or is that all it does? Was just to kill that one egg?
It doesn't specifically talk about your sword, but it does say that there's a sword for a egg.
Okay, cool.
So you can probably surmise that that's what it means.
Okay.
Unicorns, it speaks to pretty much what you know already, that the unicorns are keepers of the mystics, that their magic was used to seal the mystics the way, so that people couldn't go in and out. That they were sought after for their magic. Mainly in the horn, people would take the horn, ground it up, use it, for elixirs and powders and potions, all that kind of stuff. mate for life, that, I mean, pretty much things that you already know about them. Is there something more specific you were trying to find?
On unicorns? No, not really on them.
Okay.
On specifics of things, the only thing that might be more specific I was looking for might have been on Green Man, on like what they are capable of, like what they can do.
All it really talks about is the birth of magic, that they are powerful beings. It talks of creation, things like that. But there's not a detail of like what spells they can cast. But it does allude that they are very powerful.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Cool. As we kind of finish going through a bunch of these books with Lucrezia and I, imagine just like hair's kind of a mess for me, like
Yeah.
wow. I need to make sure I thank the servants who have amassed these massive amounts of tomes, but I mean, I feel like some of that is, I don't know, monumental information.
Yes, and you are very deep into your studies. It is
Well.
almost kind of cute in a nerdy way. I did not do very good in school.
I remember you telling me that. I did find myself watching you from time to time. Were you doodling in the books? Is that what I saw?
No, I would never draw. She kind of moves one kind of out of the way. I would never draw the book. These are old and I'm sure very important.
I cannot wait for the next 10 or 15 years when someone finally reads one of those books again to see whatever it is the Queen has drawn in it.
Hopefully, we will not have to worry about the hollow again in another 15 years.
I agree. But I must admit, you are quite adorable when you're being mischievous.
Well, it was, we've been in here for a very long time.
We really have. It's been really nice, actually, to be away from it all for a bit. I mean, we were just looking through books, but your presence is nice. It's nice just to be around you. You know, when we were at the doors, Kirkpatrick told me something, and I wasn't sure how to take it, but I think I understand what he was meaning. He told me I worry too much. I worry too much about the state of my nation, my soldiers, the family, my people, and that I needed to let go of that sometimes and let someone worry about me. And he said I was lucky to have found someone that cares for me the way that you do.
He's a very wise man.
He is very wise, if not very unusual as well, but very, very wise. But in this, he was extremely wise. The gods have chosen so well for me. I'm Truly grateful. Thank you so much for your counsel in how to approach this situation, helping with...
I hope I did not overstep.
No, of course not. I am beyond overjoyed. Your insights and your wisdom are priceless. The orphans coming to our wedding to sing, the women in that shelter sewing your very dress. Not only is that beautiful sentiment, and it helps to get the people invested in our union, but it helps them to see your heart and to see you. And I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but everywhere we've gone, all of the people you have met from Woodell, they have accepted you without question.
It is because they accept you and love you. I'm just along for the ride.
I think that it's because they see who you truly are. I think that they see that you and I together will be good for them and be good for Woodell.
That is what they want.
As do I. Something else that I've been wanting to do for a while as well. And I will move in and I will kiss her.
A little performance.
Floppy. Flaccid 20.
Okay. As you pull her in, start to kiss her, all of y'all's built up tension starts to release, gets a little hot and heavy, and then you hear, Your Majesty, Your Majesty.
Yes.
Servant walks in holding out a tray, which holds a missive from Liam and Connor.
Thank you so much for this. We've been waiting for this.
He bows and walks up.
Open it. But I'll close it before I even read it. It's amazing how even when they're not here, they manage to get under my skin.
They have a very special talent.
They really do. And I open it again.
Okay.
I read it.
So they tell you that Carrington does have a mistress. However, as far as I can tell, and she's been his mistress for a long time, it seems. She doesn't live extraordinarily, she does have nice acquaintance, nice clothes, but nothing, he's not spending all his money there. She seems well kept, she's happy. However, his secretary is a little, they call him a weasel of a man, who has voiced several times in a local pub about how unhappy he is working for Carrington, and that he knows things that could bring him down, kind of thing. He gets drunk, boisterous. Maybe something, may not be.
Well, so he goes to a pub regularly?
Yes.
What time is it right about now?
Oh gosh, I've been in here for 2 days. I'm going to say we're probably like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
What time's he usually going to the pub?
They just say nightly.
So we have a few hours till he...
Probably.
So, I say we should pay a visit to this pub tonight. Maybe meet this man when he's had a few libations to help loosen his lips. Do you...
How are you planning to get him to talk? You cannot be seen undermining Carrington.
It is true. Well, I guess there's a couple of options we could have. We could have our small gnomish friends bring him to us and speak to him in private and impress upon him the matters of national security, and that he could be the hero of the realm, possibly increase his station in some way.
Yeah.
Should he be willing to help us rid ourselves of Carrington. Or, if we prefer to go a different route, we could wait until he gets home from his pub and catch him there.
I feel like the first might be better.
I agree. I just want to put both options out there.
I see. But maybe either they're gnomish friends or... But they may stand out. I don't know. It could be possible when...
We could delay and have one of our other compatriots
Yes,
speak with him.
this might be better. But surely Finley will be here soon.
That's true. It shouldn't be much longer. They should be here. And we can send him, perhaps, him in silence to...
Make a call or visit.
Maybe they go to the pub. Finley likes to drink. It would not be too suspicious for him to be seen in a pub.
Possible, yes.
One drunk man talking to another. Happens all the time.
This is true.
Well, I feel like we have a plan then, Canon. So I say we wait for Finley in silence to arrive, and we will pass that along to them. And in the meantime, I feel like we've done all the research we can do here. My mother is taking care of the care plans, the care packages, and
Yes.
we've helped the orphans. We've helped the battered women.
Yes, you want to do?
I feel like we've done just about everything we can here, Canon. Perhaps we should spend the time waiting for Finley. Just together, enjoying our time, relaxing, preparing for what is to come. I will not lie, it's been nice to be locked in a room with you for a few days. Even if it was books we were embracing.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like there was something going on before that servant showed up, though. And I will pull her close. I will try, as the best Proud can, to initiate a more romance-filled evening.
Oh, wow. Okay. Nice. Well, roll performance real quick.
Come on, golden snitch.
What was it?
Well, we will add 7 points and make it a flaccid 20.
Oh. So as you pull her close, you proceed to do your thing. In the hallway, servant passing by can hear Lucrezia giggle and say, "This is not very delish." And on that, we're gonna end it tonight, guys. For reals.
Okay.
Thanks so much for
Bye, guys.
hanging out with us with our secret Proud Only episode. Catch us Friday nights on our regular stream at 7:30 Central as we continue with Kings of Teventor. Bye, guys.